Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back, and I wanted to go ahead and talk about the Real Housewives of New Jersey reunion part two. All right, so listen. The episode starts off with Teresa saying that Melissa and Joe were hanging out with the people that I guess put her in. I don't know. This is the thing, she's saying that Joe and Melissa was hanging out with I guess, the people who put them in jail. Teresa, even if Melissa and Joe were hanging out, unless she was saying something else, sometimes Teresa be talking in circles and it's hard to keep up with what she's saying because sometimes she just don't make sense. So if from what I understood, Teresa was saying that Melissa and Joe were hanging out with the people who put them in jail, the man who put or helped put them in jail. Teresa, even if they were, it really don't matter. Girl, you laid down with, was married to, had 4 kids with a man who they say was the reason why you ended up in jail for 365 days. So I never really knew about the whole what happened with Teresa and Joe. From what I understood, I think Joe was just she was just blindly following the leader of her household, the head of her household, the leader, the provider, the protector. And correct me if I'm wrong, I guess she was just signing papers and Joe had her putting her signature on stuff and she wasn't really reading it. She just felt like this is my husband, he's going to protect me. And, why would I need to read something that my husband is asking me to sign? Is that how Teresa ended up in jail? Um, but I just think it's crazy. She's accusing Melissa and Joe, and again, even if they were hanging out with the man who I guess put you in jail, girl, your husband, correct me if I'm wrong, put you in jail. All right, we're gonna move on. Um, Melissa starts to talk about a text message that I think I don't know. I think I remember that girl, Jackie, the woman. She was on like early in Real Housewives of New Jersey, right? I think I remember her face from the picture. I really couldn't tell because, girl, they filtered and photoshopped that picture to death. I said, girl, who is that? Who are those ladies? So Jackie, I guess, is the one who Teresa's cool with. I did see them. I did see that picture on the blogs like a few months ago. But I guess at one point Jackie was still bad mouthing Teresa. Girl, whatever. Um, Teresa's gonna say whatever she needs to say to, I guess, prove whatever point is in her head. Even if it really doesn't make sense, she just say stuff. Um, Rachel lets us know that her husband had lipo. Girl, I'm not mad at it. Girl, everybody trying to be fine. Girl, everybody is laying on the table getting sliced and diced. Or getting a little sucky suck, okay? Um, she basically said she would rather spend time with her kids than, I guess hire a nanny. And it was like, you're making me feel guilty. Um, but that was pretty much it. She also talked about how I guess Louis' team, girl. Louis is a mess, y'all. I've been trying to tell y'all about Louis. I think that there have been some of us who our good eye has been on Louis since he first stepped on Real Housewives of New Jersey. Wasn't it last season when we first were introduced to Louis? Or the season before last? I can't remember. But Louis is a mess. Louis is a mess. I believe everything they're saying that Louis is doing. I've always thought that Louis was real, like, kind of, like my good eye has been on Louis. And I know why now my good eye has been on Louis. I think Louis is a hot disaster. Girl. Um, she says that her son, who she, adopted, her son her son's mother was, I guess, contacted by someone that worked for Louis. Louis is doing a lot. Now, mind you, this is supposed to be the man who is namaste, right? Supposed to be I guess, the voice of reason. I bet you, Louis and Teresa, I can almost guarantee you, Teresa gonna be in the same position or similar to the position she was in with that first husband of hers. Cause I didn't watch the episode when Louis and Teresa were on Watch What Happens Live, but I remember people talking about um, them asking Louis like what he did for work, and it sounded real like very much like you know um, Marge. They talked about Marge being nosy. Teresa tried to make it seem as though it's basically, they started to bring up the whole private investigator, and Teresa was like, it's like the pot calling the kettle red. I said red because Lou would be red. It's like the pot calling the kettle black. That is not the same thing. Let me say something. Marge, even if Marge was calling around, being nosy, and trying to get the tea on people, that is not the same thing as somebody hiring a private investigator. It is a big difference between me picking up my phone and saying, "Hey, girl, Marge here. How you doing?" Right? And we talking, and I'm like, "Well, girl, what's going on with Jennifer?" I heard it's been some rumblings in these streets about Jennifer. Right? And then you just getting tea. That's one thing. You just messy at that point. You're messy, you're nosy, you ain't got nothing to do. But that's not the same thing as saying, girl, I want to hire a private investigator, give you my debit card information, credit card information, and I need you to go out and find information on these people. Why did Louis have his shirt off? I'm saying Louis is a mess. I said Louis. I don't know if Louis thought this was gonna be a boy's night out. I don't know if he was having flashbacks of that circle jerk that he was a part of in the woods. I don't know, but I was so confused about why was Louis walking around. It's almost like Louis feels like he's like, I'm the big man on campus. Like this is my show. Like this is me. I think Teresa in for the time of her life. Baby, we thought we saw something with Joe, or we heard. Well, at least I heard. I didn't really watch. The mess that went on with her and Joe. Hey, I think Joe. I think that Louis is about to do a number on Miss Teresa. Melissa and Melissa was low key, girl. Quiet as this kept. Melissa was low key tearing Teresa up this reunion. She really was. Oh my God. It was actually kind of funny too. Girl, she told Teresa, "No, I'ma say your asshole." I know that's right. Jen Fessler and Jackie come out. And girl, I'm so sleepy. Can y'all tell I'm sleepy? Girl, when I said like my eyes are low, girl. I said I'm barely making it through. We're gonna make it through though. We're gonna make it through. But Jen Fessler, Jen looks amazing. I said, girl, what's your doctor's number? When I see baby Jen got a facelift. She said she got a nose job. And then she lost some weight. So shout out to Jen. I said, all right, Miss Thing got that girl. Miss Thing got her makeover. Usually the girls wait a season or two. Girl, Miss Jen was a friend of the show and said, honey, I'm coming back snatched. Okay? Friend of the show went on. Girl, I need to be prepared for my second season, just in case they ask a girl to come back. They should ask Jen to come back. Jen, I think, is a great addition to the show. Jackie, ooh. I think Jackie looks amazing. I do. I think Jackie looks terrific. It's so crazy. You know how, like, in my head, I think that when people lose weight, they look younger. That's just something in my head. That may not necessarily be true. But in Jackie's case, Jackie gained weight and Jackie looks younger. Girl, compared to how she used to look, Jackie looks younger now that she's gained weight. Probably because she was unhealthy. I'm thinking about it. Probably because she was unhealthy. She was, you know. Mm, okay, that's probably what it is. But I thought Jackie looked amazing. Shout out to Jackie. Girl, I know they probably don't watch my videos. Can y'all tell Jackie I said, hey, I love Jackie. Y'all go none of y'all say, girl, I love Jackie and I love Marge. Okay? I'll tell Jackie and Marge I said, hey. Anyways, and tell Jackie she looks amazing, okay? Um Oh, they asked Jackie about Dolores. You know, Dolores, she on that Ozempic, honey. That's what I'm. Girl, why does this come, girl? Girl, I think why I wish I had me a little, a little dose. Girl, because the girls is getting skinny, okay? Anyways, Andy asked Jackie how does she feel about what Dolores said about being on Ozempic, and she basically said that she understands people wanting to be skinny, but she also knows that people eventually have to get off of it. And she thinks that's where the obsession will start. And then you can go down this dangerous road because now you're doing anything you can possibly do to remain skinny. Um, she's also coming out with a book. I forgot the title of the book, but the title of the book is so cute. But shout out to Jackie. Um, Teresa talks about Melissa being wrong for, I guess, joking about calling her ex. Why she? I don't know, girl. I don't know. I mean, I guess, child. I mean, I guess I didn't really think that. I mean, someone said something too, and I actually was like, "Oh, girl, you actually made a good point." I forgot who it was, but someone in my comment section has said that even if Melissa had cheated on Joe, that because Joe is kind of like, they all got a little misogyny about him, girl, and a little sexist. And that he man the out that they don't that they thought they felt as though that even if Melissa cheated, we would never know because it would be too much of a blow to Joe's ego because of the type of man that he is. And I said, girl, I can see that. I'm not saying I believe that Melissa is cheating on Joe, but I can see that even if Melissa cheated on Joe, he's not gonna come out and let nobody know because of that. You know. I was like, I can see that. Jan. Jan died. I didn't know that. I don't keep up with. I don't really keep up with any of these girls. If it's not really on the blogs, then I really don't know. But Jan died. I didn't know that. They said it was unexpectedly. I think Marge said that she had spoke to him the day before, and then the next day, I think their child. I say child because I don't know if it was. I don't know how old. I'm assuming everybody is grown. Because Marge, she ain't no spring chicken, honey. But the girls are having babies at 50 now. The girls is having babies at 50 and 55, honey. Shout out to Janet Jackson and shout out to Holly Berry's, okay? Um, but the next day she received a phone call from their child and said that he was being rushed to the hospital. Okay. I have to agree with Teresa and them. Like, girl, or the viewer or whoever asks the question. You know, Marge, gets upset, I guess, because Teresa and I guess Jen go around making it seem as though she's like this horrible, dangerous person. But the truth is, Marge, your tagline is like, I forgot Marge's tagline. Marge is my girl. But your tagline is something along the lines of it's better to be a friend because you don't want me as an enemy. It's something like that, girl. But she's letting the girls know, girl, you don't want to be on my bad side. And then I remember Jackie saying either last season or the season before last that Marge is not someone who you want as an enemy. So, it's not like it's not like the girls who are your friends. And then Dolores was like, no. So it's not like Dolores, who is your home girl, Jackie is your home girl. They know how you get down. Girl, they know you get down and dirty, Marge. So, while I can understand what Marge is saying, like, but girl, y'all going around here like painting this picture that I'm this horrible person. But girl, y'all also painting the picture. I don't think that Marge is a horrible person, but I think Jackie and Dolores, were saying that girl, listen, Marge, you a mess, girl. The girls get on your bad side in this world, girl. It's a war. We see how you did, G. Girl, we gonna get to we see how you did, Jen. Jen tore your ass up at that reunion. But girl, my good Auntie Marge. Girl, Auntie Marge came back that next season and set the shit off. And Jen ain't never been the same. That's what I'm saying. Y'all better leave Marge alone. Y'all better leave Marge alone. Because I didn't even notice that Marge had said this. When Marge had said in her confessional, I believe, that Danielle better leave her alone before she really find out why her brother don't fool with her. Y'all better leave. Y'all better leave that lady alone. Y'all better leave Marge. Y'all better leave Marge alone. Marge is not playing with y'all girls. Marge is the definition of don't start none, won't be none. Even though, girl, the people do say that Marge did start the mess with Jennifer. I guess the whole back and forth with Jennifer. But, girl, Marge started it and she finished it too, so. But, yeah, I think y'all should leave Marge alone because I don't think Marge is what y'all want. Because Marge going in the gutter. And then she gonna come up and she not gonna care. Girl, they set Danielle up. That's the moral of the story, girl. Danielle, no, she got set up because even when she went to the back, I don't know if you have to be looking at the screen. If you were looking at the screen, not texting, not on your phone or on Jack the Grind or Plenty of Fish or Tinder, girl, you would have saw that girl Danielle in front of everybody. She felt like she hadn't been manipulated or taken advantage of. But when she got to the back with her husband and the doors closed, she was like, "They set me up. They set me up." So basically, Jen already knew about the rumor surrounding Melissa. The way she brought it to the show was as if like Melissa didn't know. So basically, they really used Danielle to kind of push this rumor onto the show. That's what I got from it. And Jen act like she didn't know. Like, girl, I tell you, Jen. You know what? I don't go up like Jen. Can I just say something? Jen was actually one of my faves. Jen and Marge. I just love their mouths. I love a slick talking diva. So, I love Jen's mouth. I love Marge's mouth. Then I realized that Jen just ain't that girl. When I tell you Jen looked like a fool this reunion, even when she was like, she's giving old lady energy. You know how you give big dick energy, Andy? She's giving old lady energy. Old lady energy. I was like, ooh, girl, Jen, you look a fool. And then, like, even when she called, I forgot what a buffoon. I forgot what she called Margaret when they were in, I think, what did they go? Ireland? Germany? I forgot where they went. And she called her something. And she was basically like she got that from somebody else and then it just popped in her head. So it's just like, Jen is a mess. Jen is a mess. Like, Jen, it's like Jen, like it's whack at this point. Like, clearly, like it's clear as day that you and Teresa are on some type of revenge tour to take down Marge. And I'm gonna go ahead and say it, neither one of those ladies are smart enough to go toe to toe with Marge. They're just not. And everything that Jen did, it backfired in her face. She's been looking dumb. Part 1 of the reunion, part 2 of the reunion. They're so like, I want to take Marge down, like they're not listening. Like at one point, Teresa was like, Marge was saying that she had tried to get Laura onto the show. And I forgot how the conversation transpired, but Marge said something about trying to get her on the show, and then Teresa was like, "You tried to get her on the show," and it was like, "That's what she just said." it's like y'all want to argue and fuss so bad and call out Marge that y'all not even listening to like what's being said. Anyways, girl, Andy was yelling. I saw people online saying that they don't like when Andy yells. I don't think that's true. I just think that y'all don't like that Andy is yelling at y'all faves. Just like we noticed, when Andy used to mistreat Kenya. Some people didn't care because it wasn't their fave. Y'all know I go up for Kenya, so I noticed. Um, it's not the yelling. It's not the yelling doesn't bother me. It doesn't. Because when you look at that stage and it is 7 or 8 women on the stage and they are going back and forth, girl, can you imagine like sitting there in the middle? We're trying to do a show and everybody is talking. Nobody wants to be quiet. Like I get y'all gonna read each other. I get y'all are gonna shade. Cute, go ahead, have at it, girl. That's why we're here, right? But at some point, it starts to be too much where, girl, nobody can hear what anybody is saying. And if I'm telling y'all to like, okay, hold up, be quiet, eventually, girl, I'm going to raise my voice. Girl, Andy said, did Andy call himself a weed head too? But the yelling doesn't really bother me because it's like, girl, look at what they're doing. And at one point, Melissa and Teresa were looking stupid. Like, y'all going back and forth. It gave very much, high school. I think Melissa said something like, you're weak, you're weak. And then Teresa was like, you're weak. And then Melissa was like, don't use my word. I'm like, girl, this is so middle school. Like, y'all are acting like very young. Jennifer talks about the therapy. Jennifer Aiden said on part 2 of the reunion that the one therapy session did wonders for their marriage. Jennifer Aiden, who has been married to her husband for I think a couple of decades now, said that one therapy session did wonders for their marriage. Now let me just say something. You could say that Marge was wrong for bringing the rumor onto the show. You could say that Marge, should take responsibility for bringing the rumor onto the show. But what we not gonna do is put the fact that Jennifer and Bill's daughter wants to be a love therapist on Marge. I'm gonna say this as clear as possible. Y'all love start, not y'all, but there are people out there who want to start at D instead of starting at A. The truth is, Marge would not be able to say that Bill stepped out of his marriage and banged somebody in the office if Bill didn't bang somebody in the office or wherever they banged. I don't know if it was in a car, the Motel 6, the Intercontinental Hotel, or the local day motel. I don't know. But wherever they banged, they banged. The daughter wants to become a therapist because Bill cheated on his wife. And the daughter can sense now that there's probably a little disconnect between the two. That has nothing to do with Marge. Nothing. I don't give a damn if Marge yelled that Bill cheated from the mountaintop. She's yelling he's cheating from the mountaintop because he cheated. I'm sorry. I'm with Marge. You're not putting that on me. You're not putting that on me. You can sit here and say I'm wrong for telling people that your husband cheated, but other than that, that's where it's gonna stop with me. And whatever you got going on with your children, that's what you got going on with your children. That's something that Daddy needs to explain to little Jennifer. Whatever her name, I don't know the kid's name, child. That's what y'all got to explain to little Jennifer. Sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sick of Jennifer. This is Jennifer. And I'm glad Marge said if that's the type of marriage that she wants, that's fine. Jennifer wants to live in her reality. Not reality, her reality. Jennifer Aiden's marriage is a hot ass fucking mess. Period. If you are married to someone and they can't even come home and come in the house and give the kids a hug and ask how the kids, how your day was, how was your day at school, how was your day, he goes directly to the guest house. That's somebody, girl, that got 1 foot already out the door. Okay? But Jennifer wants to continue to try and paint this picture that Marge or people are jealous of her family, are jealous of her marriage. Girl, what marriage? Girl, what family? Your husband doesn't even want to be bothered with y'all. And then what happens is when the kids start acting up and doing the fool or not doing good in school or whatever they need to, whatever business they need to take care of, right? Then he blames it on you. You told us this. But he's so busy running to the guest house, he don't give a damn about you raising them kids because that's your job. That's why he goes straight to the guest house. He don't need to come and check on the kids because that's your job. I'm trying to understand. Jennifer says she understands now since he explained it. If that ain't the biggest cop out, I don't give a damn if you work 60 hours a week. That does not mean that you don't that doesn't mean that you don't have to be a parent. I don't give a damn if Bill done broke every nose in New Jersey and put a new set of titties on every bitch in New Jersey. At the end of the day, that does not mean that you stop being a goddamn father or a husband. When your ass get off work, now it's time to go home and go to your second job. But Jennifer know the man who she's married to. And Jennifer is okay. As long as Jennifer can be dripped in Chanel like she said, then she good. I think Jennifer low-key whack. I'm sorry. I hate to say it. And that's somebody who I was going up for. But I think Jennifer's low-key whack. It was cringy when I watched her sit there in front of her daughter and they were going through lingerie together. What are we doing? You talk about accountability, it's Jennifer. Jennifer wants to put everything that's going on with her daughter, or I guess the family, on Marge. Marge, you came out and said that my husband cheated on me. Well, guess what, Jennifer? Marge couldn't say that your husband cheated on you if his ass didn't cheat on you. So let's start at point A. Then we can work our way to point D. Now we at Marge. Marge still ain't got to take responsibility for your daughter wanting to be a love therapist. Because even if he cheated on you, your children sense something in that household. That's why she wants to be a love therapist. And you know what they sense? They sense that mommy and daddy are going through something because every time daddy gets off work, he always takes his ass to the guest house. Marge ain't got nothing to do with Marge. Marge ain't got nothing to do with Bill taking his ass to that guest house after work. Children are not stupid. They know what's going on in that big ass house. Anyways, I'm done with Jennifer. Girl, get off my TV screen. Oh, they call out Jen basically. Girl, like Jen, you had a fit about Marge calling out, saying that you cheated, but then you bring a rumor on to the show about Melissa. You see? Marge says her child was threatened by Louis. Teresa knows. Teresa knows. Teresa's sitting there like, what? That's what? Girl, what I tell you? When Marge, when Marge and Teresa started going back and forth, and Marge was like, you're pathetic. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. You're a criminal. You're a scumbag. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. You're pathetic. You're a criminal. You're a scumbag. Girl, when I tell you I was over here hollering, I said, girl, and Andy was like, shut up, girl, y'all both some assholes. Girl, Andy called them assholes, girl. And then at the end, the guys came out. Girl, I said, oh, girl, y'all are ghetto. Girl, I don't think Andy has ever had to go give a pep talk to some of the men on the other shows. Girl, he had to go talk to Louis and tell Louis, don't start no shit out there on that on that set. Then he had to tell Joe, make sure you stay your little ass in that seat. Don't you get your little ass up. Cause Andy know that the questions I'm about to ask, girl, the questions I'm about to ask is about to set this whole building on fire. So I need everybody, girl, to be prepared. If you hit me, your ass is fired. Okay, it's one thing for Teresa to push me down in the chair, but one of y'all niggas hit me, oh bitch, it's on and popping. Okay, so sit your ass down in your chair, little Joey, and girl, Red Lobster Louie, you stay your ass in your seat too. Sebastian. We're gonna start calling Louis Sebastian from The Little Mermaid. Anyways, girl, that's it. We'll be back with episode part 3 next week. All right, bye, y'all.